What's up everyone, this video is going to be focused on some chord progressions for lo-fi hip hop on the piano. So this is going to be similar to my guitar tutorials. I'm going to go over 3 different chord progressions that I use in lo-fi hip hop beats. I'll break down how you can solo over them, how to play them, and before I start that I'm just going to talk about what piano VSTs I use and effects that are often used for lo-fi hip hop piano. If you're new here, please do consider hitting the subscribe button. Only about 20% of my views at the moment come from subscribers, so if you are interested in more lo-fi tutorials, please do consider hitting the subscribe button. But yeah, I'm just going to go into initially the VSTs and effects that I use, and then I'll go into the demos of the piano progressions and break them down. So the time tags will be in the description down below if you want to skip ahead, and there'll also be a free download in the description of a Midi file with the first chord progression, as well as the sound file and some solo bits to match it up to. But yeah, firstly the VSTs and effects. So before getting to the chord progressions, I just wanted to talk about some VSTs and effects that I use quite a lot. So I currently run a lo-fi hip hop playlist where I get a lot of submissions through, and the tracks that really stand out are the ones that use the more interesting piano VSTs. Stuff like felt pianos that have different textures and layers in them, so you can hear sort of the keys being pressed, the pedal, different elements that would happen if you were recording a piano and you wanted to get all the sort of nuances of the sound captured. So in this example, say I've got a grand piano in Ableton, which is a professional sounding, really clean piano, but there's not any sort of that lo-fi texture. So if I play a chord, it's very crisp, it's very bright, but there's not that much there in terms of textures, versus say a free VST you can get from Spitfire Audio Labs, which is the Labs soft piano. So you can hear little clicks and taps from the keys that's being pressed that you wouldn't get obviously with the clean grand piano. It's also got a bit more going on sonically. It's not as crisp and clear, which works really great. So this is a completely free plugin, which I'll link in the description down below. There's also things like contact instruments, all the sort of contact sample pianos, which are quite expensive, but they've also got a lot of customization in that regard, and they're really good for lo-fi. The second thing is a lot of pianos in lo-fi hip hop have got sort of tape warping effects, which change sort of like frequency flutters. So a really good effect track that I talk about a lot from the producer Elephant, who's also a YouTuber making tutorials. He's put together a sort of tape simulation plugin, and this works really well on piano as well. So if I turn this on, I've got the wow and flutter quite high, which is using this frequency shifter in Ableton to create subtle frequency shifts in the sound, which makes it sound like it's been recorded on tape, which is an old piano recording, and that fits really well into a lo-fi track. The wow is sort of a longer sine wave, so that would probably be way too much, but just for the purpose of demonstrating what it does. And the flutters are a sort of quicker, faster frequency shift. So again, that's probably too much, but just to demonstrate what the sounds that I use, a lot of lo-fi hip hop tracks have that sort of effect on the piano, and I find that a bit of chorus also works really nicely. So just using Ableton stock chorus effect. Has a similar effect, and then being lo-fi hip hop, it's usually blended in with some ambient sounds. But yeah, that's all I wanted to mention in terms of piano VSTs, and then I'm just going to play the demo one now and then break down how I played it. So this first chord progression consists of 3 chords: a C minor 7, a G sharp major 7, and then an F minor 7. One thing to note as well, if you're not playing on a keyboard that's velocity sensitive, and you're just penciling the notes in and you're DAW, it might be worth adding some variation, so rather than everything being quantized, you can add some natural delay, which makes it sound a bit more natural. And then also velocity changes, so the notes aren't all the same velocity. There's some softer notes and some harder notes. Makes it sound a bit more human, and it works really well in lo-fi compositions. So the first chord I'm playing, as I said, is the C minor 7. So that's C and G in the left hand, and then C, D sharp, G, and B flat in the right hand. and then I add in extra notes to sort of transition. So C, D sharp, to chord 2, which is the G sharp major 7. So playing the G sharp and the D sharp with the left hand, and then G sharp, C, D sharp, G with the right hand. And then the first chords for 1 bar, second chords for another bar, and then third chords for 2 bars. So the third chord is the F minor 7, so the F and the C in the left hand, then F, G sharp, C, D sharp in the right hand. And then playing another F with my pinky. So we're playing that twice. And with this progression, the C minor scale works really well. So C, D, D sharp, F, G, G sharp, B flat. So often I'll mess about with that over the top until I find something that sounds nice. Trying to make, usually if I'm playing the chords sort of down here, the solo in an octave or 2 octaves higher. Sounds very nice, so it's not all muddy. So yeah, that's chord progression 1, on to demo 2. So these are looking at more at sort of spreading out the chords and using inversions of basic chords. So this chord progression consists of an F major 7, a C chord, and a C major 9. So the first chord I'm playing is the F major 7. So I'm playing the F and the C with the left hand, and then the F, A, E with the right hand. A nice warm chord that's sort of trying to spread out over the keyboard rather than playing all the notes in one position, but spread out a bit. Then onto a C chord, but we're actually playing the G as the root note, so it's the second inversion, I believe. So the G, E with the left hand, and then G, C, E with the right hand. And finally to a C major 9. But again, we're playing the G as the root note, and then the D this time in the left hand, and then the G again in the right hand, and the B, C. Again, that's for 2 bars, the first 2 for 1 bar, and then it loops around. And then as you might notice with this, all the chords are using the white keys, so we're using the C major scale to solo on top, looking at complementing the chords I'm actually playing. So if I'm playing the F, if I'm playing the F major 7, the F, C, F, A, E, soloing with these notes works really well, an octave higher. That's a really great progression. It's a nice warm progression to use, and it's encompassing various inversions and sort of working on, rather than playing the note here, look at spreading it out, look at inverting it, and that works really well. So this last progression is just 2 different chords, a C sharp major 7 and then a G sharp major 7. It's quite an easy one to solo over because as it's just 2 chords, you can solo over using the scale without worrying too much about what's playing at each individual time. At this one, I'm playing each progression twice. The chords are at 80 BPM, and I'm playing it for 2 bars and then move to the next chord. So the first chord is the C sharp major 7, so I'm playing C sharp and then G sharp with the left hand, and then C sharp, F, G sharp, C with the right hand. I can tap the D sharp, then over to G sharp, which is the G sharp, and then the D sharp in the left hand, and then G sharp, C, D sharp, G in the right hand. playing that for 2. And the 5th progression, again, I'm soloing with the C minor scale, but this time I'm trying not to use the D note, so I'm using C, D sharp, F, G, G sharp, A sharp, or B flat. And again, trying to solo in a higher octave than I'm playing, just to sort of fill different harmonic spaces. Yeah, that's it for this video. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe, like and comment if you enjoyed the video. See you next time.